Good morning. It's January 1st, 2023. And if somebody had told me years and years ago that I would be around to see this day, I would have thought they were sort of kind of crazy. Because people didn't live that long usually. But that's one of the great things that has happened in this country with medical advances. Not only in this country but around the world. The medical advances have kept many of us alive. I myself have had a triple bypass, and my wife has had a triple bypass, and my daughter has stents. And I know many of my friends who have gone through heart surgery and other miraculous medical advancements. So it's not unusual that we have a large generation of older people. And I like that very much because we remember things that the youngsters ought to remember, but they don't pay attention. So in any event, I don't know what we're looking forward to in 2023. But I can tell you that we went through some terrible things in 2022, and we survived them. The war in Ukraine, who would have ever thought that we would see such a heinous attack by one country on another? An attack that was supposed to be over in a couple of weeks. It was called a special military operation. But it's still going on, and who knows how it's going to end. And the poor people in Ukraine have gotten lots of support from their neighbors in Europe and from the United States and from other countries around. But on the other side, the evil Russian Empire has also gotten support from China and North Korea and Iran, countries that have no sense of human rights. So in my mind, that was one of the major events of 2022, and it's still going on. And then we have this tremendous struggle in the country with the economy, with inflation, with the pipeline that produces all the products and gets them to the counters. And so we've had inflation, and we've had short supply of many important items. And I don't know that that has ended yet, and I don't know that it's going to get much better in 2023. So I'm looking forward, hoping that the economy will turn around. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen so quickly. It may take us a couple of years to get over 2022. And of course, COVID continued its rampage. It continued to leave its mark on the population with its changing variants, from the B variant to Omicron, and who knows what it has in store for us next. So, that was a bad thing. And it continues to be a bad thing. And it's on the rise again. So the start of this new year, 2023, is not going great in the health area. And on top of the diseases and everything, the employment situation in the health professions is not up to snuff. We're lacking too many employees. So we have a lot of work to do on that front also. And the one good thing that many of us are happy about was the midterm election surprise, where the Republicans did not run away and hide from the Democrats. They did gain control of the House, but by a slim margin. And I don't know what's going to happen with Mr. Santos. If Mr. Santos hangs on to his job and gets seated, what are they going to do with him? They lock him in the closet and let him serve his time that way. The man's a liar. And he's not alone in Congress, but he's blatant. And so he should be not allowed to take his seat in Congress. But the rest of the election turned out pretty good. Herschel Walker went down to defeat another liar. So that was a good thing, that the Senate remained in the hands of the Democrats. Even though the crazy lady from Arizona, Sonoma, decided to become an independent because she doesn't want to caucus with anybody. She didn't want anybody to interfere with her weird methodology of deciding what has to be done in this country. So it's still a very close deal in the Senate. Not very good, but very close. And then, of course, we had the Supreme Court and their Roe versus Wade decision. And that decision was terrible because it did away with the national law on abortion, and it sent the issue to the states. And we have states in this country that don't believe in women's rights. They pretend that a fetus is a life. And that's a religious concept. It's not a real, hard, solid concept that deserves to be controlling some adult's life. So we're fighting that battle too. We have a lot of battles and a lot of things to clear up. And I don't know how well 2023 is going to start. And if it doesn't start well, it certainly won't finish well. So I don't care what you think about 2022, but just remember this. What happened in 2022 is going to trickle down into what happens in 2023. And one of the good things that will trickle down is the fact that a Taiwanese company has agreed to build 2 semiconductor plants in Arizona. So we will have semiconductor factories finally being built and creating chips for us in Arizona. That announcement was made in mid-December. That's a great first step for 2023. The chip industry has a kind of sad history with us, though. We developed the first chips in the 1940s. And then we let the whole chip manufacturing industry get away from us. The early years of the 20s, when everything got shipped overseas to China, etc. But maybe we're making up for that mistake this year. So let's hope that in 2023 the pandemic finally ends. Let's hope that electric automobiles continue to be sold at the pace they are now. Let's hope that our science to renew all body issues to their more youthful times continues to grow. Let's hope the UN does something useful like delivering a climate plan that will reduce emissions worldwide. Let's hope that a new set of eyeglasses is developed that will connect you directly to the internet. Let's hope that the U.S. and other countries develop a methodology to get corporations and very rich individuals to pay their fair share of taxes. I think if we accomplished any of these things in 2023, it would be a successful new year. I leave you with that this morning. Have a great day. Bye.